welcome to the Ice Winter pregame warm-up, presented by Scott Credit Union. Your St. Louis Blues!
Fan Report! Yeah, I'm late, but I am here. This is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, and you are joining me on the St. Louis Fan Report. Welcome to the show. Well, the Blues are taking on the Knights, and that means we could have a special guest. It's bully time! Let's hope that Kim Cat shows up a little bit later, and we also get Miss Ashley. I don't think I'm too early. I'm pretty sure it's a 3 o'clock game my time. Yep. Pre-game live is on, so we're here, we're ready, and we're going to talk some hockey. That's right, we're talking hockey as the Blues are going to take on the Knights. The Blues are in a slump, a skunk, a thunk. I don't know what to say, but they are just not having the best time right now, and the Knights are climbing. The Knights are getting better. This is a good time for us to face the Knights. The Knights also have a few players in COVID protocol. Jonathan Marchessault is one of them. I don't know what is going on with my Twitter. Apparently my Twitter's not working right. Wouldn't be surprised if my Twitter got blocked and I didn't know about it, but I guess I'll try and fix that later. I do have it on the STL fan report. I know I sent some invites, so we'll kind of get there. Today's kind of, you keep saying it's a big game, but today's an important game, right? Today's one of those games where you're hoping that your team at home comes out and plays good. My only issue with tonight's game is this is the Blues Hockey Fights Cancer Night, and usually that's when they don't do good. I'm going to try and double check something. Oh, Ashley will be on in a minute. Okay, so she got my link. And I'm hoping that Kim Cat did, but for some reason, I'm unable. I don't know what is going on with my Twitter. Right? I don't know if they, okay. There you go, Kim. There's your invite, so hopefully you'll be able to come on if you can get it. Let's see here. I don't know what is going on with my Twitter. I'm wondering if I've been blocked somehow. It wouldn't surprise me, trust me, with the way things are going on a lot here. But that's you deal with what you got to deal with, right? Give me just a second. Let me try one more thing here. Let's see. One more thing. There we go. Okay. Maybe now that'll work. I don't know. We'll see somehow, some way. Let's welcome in Miss Ashley. Hey, Ashley, how you doing, Slapshot?
I'm all right. I was just writing an essay that I waited till the last minute to do, so I lost track of time.
Yeah, what's your essay on?
I think I told you about it last week. It's comparing soccer and ice hockey.
That's a good comparison because the two games are very close, right?
They are, but they're also vastly different.
The strategy is very close. They are a little bit different. Jose brings up a good point. Mikala in the line tonight. Bortuzzo is injured. I'm kind of looking at this. This is Mikala's chance, right? But he's with Scandella, so I'm worried that he tries to do too much. I think if he plays a simple game tonight, plays his game, and doesn't worry about what Scandella does, I think he'll have a great game, right? And we need that from him more than anything else. We just need him to come out and have a solid game tonight. We need the team to have a solid game tonight.
Yes, we do.
Right? By the way, can you reach out to Kim Cat? Oh, there she is. There we go. Okay, it is time. We're playing the Knights, and you know what that means. It means it's time for Miss Kimberly.
Hi, guys.
Hey,
How are you
Kimberly.
doing, Kimberly?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, we're absolutely wonderful. We love having you on the show. You know that, right?
Hi, girls. Yeah, yay. Yeah, I had a bad day, so I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm
Who
glad.
had to go to the vet today?
Angel, she's got a UTI.
Oh,
Oh, poor puppy.
baby.
No, poor baby.
Yeah. Hopefully she's feeling better. I'm gonna pull everybody out real quick. I want you to see what the background is, and then I'll bring you
Okay.
back in. So just stand by a sec. There we go. I wanted you to see the background.
Thank you, guys.
Right. I know our boy Butcher had to go to the vet today too. He Butcher got into a
What's
fight.
wrong?
Say again?
A fight?
He got into a fight with the dog next door and got his he got a little scratch here,
Mhm.
and he gets bulldogs get hot spots, right?
Yeah.
If they get a scratch or something, it will get infected like that.
Ugh.
And let me see something. This might be a little bit better. Put you over this way. There we go. That way you can get your bullies in. So he got a hot spot, and what they did, they put a blow up cone of shame,
Right.
and that got infected.
Oh, no.
They got scabs around that. So so he had to go see the vet.
Yeah.
Oh, look at her. Is that Angel?
That's Angel.
Hi, big girl.
She's so
I'm sorry. I
precious.
know you don't like me calling you a big girl, but you're a beautiful
Oh,
one.
she's used to it.
Yeah.
That girl's her nickname, huh?
Yeah. Look at her. Look at her. Look at her.
Aw.
Hey, I love your handle. Your handle is Fat Girl 702.
Yeah.
Your girls are pretty hot and tempting.
Yeah. They are. They're just big boned,
Yeah.
full figured.
Yeah. Oh no. So they're absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
They're and I see the other one sneaking in.
Yeah.
Aw.
I see a little butt.
Money. So I think Twitter. I heard that the messages don't work.
Okay.
So people can watch us on Twitter, but they just
Yeah.
can't comment, or we don't see their comments.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
That
That's
I've
what
been
I heard.
having an issue with that. So what I'll do, Tim, I'll send you the YouTube link here,
Okay.
and that way, let me refresh this. I'll send you the YouTube link, and that way you can copy it and paste it on your YouTube,
Okay.
and go from there. I just hit the wrong button. Yeah, go ahead and
Because
call
one
me.
day I was watching you guys and I was texting and everything, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna be ignored. And then someone told me, no, the comments don't work.
Yeah,
Oh.
no. So yeah, I
Yeah.
guess that's something with Twitter or with StreamYard, and I apologize about that. Do the best I can. Actually, I had my Twitter's not working the greatest either right now.
Right.
So let me go ahead and in your Twitter mail. I got to put it in the right one.
So Ashley, you pretty excited for tonight? Who's your favorite player?
I go through them all. I like all of the Blues. So, I mean, it just right now, Sod. I really like Sod. He's been a great addition. Who's your favorite player?
Well, on our team, I love Petro. He's we can share him still.
Yeah.
Who's yours first?
For your team,
love
I
him.
really like Riley Smith.
Yeah, isn't he cool?
Yeah.
He's had a couple good games.
Yeah, he looks like he's starting to warm up. Actually, your
Mhm.
team is really, it started out rough and they're doing really well
Yeah.
lately.
Right? They're just well, we had so many injuries.
Yeah.
And then we called up some of the baby knights, and they finally are getting their groove. It's been amazing. I mean, just like the last game they played. Well, I don't know how many games they've played that we've been down like 2 in the first period, and they've come back and won.
Mm-hmm.
So the last game they played, that was probably some. They looked like a hockey game.
Okay, so Kim, I just I put the link. I just tagged you in the YouTube link.
Okay.
So if they click and watch on that, if they sign into YouTube, they should be able to comment that way.
Okay.
Or they can simply do this on Facebook. Look for Guy Bensing. Mine is open.
Okay.
So you can comment on what you're saying that way. So I don't make mine to where you have to be my friend to comment. So mine's open.
Gotcha.
Anybody can see it. And I think they can comment that way. or they can try and get on the Hawaii STL Blues Fan Clan. Usually somebody's watching it and get them in that way, but we'll try and get them in. I'm doing the best I can.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So that way your friends can get in and comment. And I'm sorry about Twitter not letting the comments in. There's nothing I can do about it.
For a lot of people, I know. Some other podcasts are having the same problem, so it's a Twitter thing.
Yeah, it I guess it is, you know.
Yeah.
But right now, like my HISTL Blues Fan isn't working on Twitter. I had to use my STL Fan Report and then tag me to even get it to show up on mine. So it's just a mess. Yeah. Well, as we get ready to go into tonight's game, you were talking favorite players. For me, it's Tarasenko. I love the guy. I think he's just the guy that everybody needs. He's the player that you like on the ice and off the ice, right? Yeah. He's that guy.
No, he's not the captain.
He's not the captain.
No, he's an assistant.
O'Reilly. Okay.
And
he seems like a really nice guy.
For the Knights, my guy is Marcia Shaw.
But he's out. He's in COVID protocol.
I know. He's on my fantasy team, so he's killing me right now.
Yeah. He's like the heartbeat of our team. He's the guy he's the spark plug. You know what I mean? Like when the fans are like booing our own team and we're like down and out like that, Marcia Shaw is always the one that can like bring us back.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Well, I mean, I agree with Guy on everything he said about Tarasenko, except Saad's pretty. He's really pretty, so he's ahead just for that.
Yeah. I like Roy because I met him when he was 10 and his dad was yelling at him in French. Sierra Long agrees with. Well, you know what? So let's bring that up real quick. So everyone's calling Petro a traitor. Blues fans are, because he left and went to the Knights.
No,
I actually think you know what? When you get down to it, he wasn't going to stay in St. Louis. Something was wrong there, right? Because if the only issue was the no movement clause, and that's the only thing that they're not going to override, you know, that's something you can get around. You can go, you know, okay, I get it. Let's work on the no trade clause then, because they'll give me that. You know, there was something more going on, and I'll tell you what. I've talked about this before. I don't know for a fact, but it felt this way. Something happened in the bubble, and it really messed that team up. And I think that has a lot to do with Pietrangelo leaving, right?
I think a lot of things happened in the bubble. I mean, our guys, I know, it was like they were just, I'm not going to say depressed, but they were pretty depressed, you know, and just not themselves. And that was rough.
Well, I really think that with the bubble, a lot of teams had issues because my whole idea is that no one player is the heart and soul of a team. It's the fans. So whenever they went to the bubble, they didn't get to have their fans. So a lot of teams didn't succeed because they didn't have a cheering section.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Nate.
What do you think about, Ashley, what do you think about Petro? Do you think it was...
I mean, I think that it had a lot to do with the no movement clause. I happen to think that he felt that if he was valued, we would give it to him, even though St. Louis typically doesn't. He did, you know, help us win a Stanley Cup. He did do a lot for the community, and them not offering it was a slap in his face. So I would go where I could get what I want too.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think, I actually don't think that it was the no movement clause, right? And Jose just says, I read that tonight's towel guy will be a towel girl who also happens to be a cancer survivor. So tonight is St. Louis's Hockey Fights Cancer.
Cancer, yeah.
Right? Awesome. And it's our Hockey Fight Cancer night. I think, so to me, that no movement clause, when you're doing a negotiation, right? And you get down to one thing, and that's where you're at, one thing, you just kind of got to look at and go, okay, if they're not going to waver on this, you know, is it that, you know, how important is it to me really? Right. And when I look at this for the amount of years and to sit there and say that no movement clause was the reason I left. No, there was something else. Right. When you got everything else you wanted, but that, and you got the money, you actually got more money. He would have gotten more money to stay in St. Louis and more years than he got in Vegas. It had more to do. I honestly think that there was, and I still stand by this. I don't think the players like Chief as much as everybody says they do. Right? And the fact that, and I still bring this up, and I talked to Lance about it, the fact that he hasn't been offered a contract yet, a contract extension with his contract expiring, really, it kind of concerns me. You know, I mean, if he's that important and that big of a deal to the team, why aren't you offering him that contract? And, you know, that's why I just think with Pietrangelo, it had a lot to do with, there was a disconnect there. Yeah. I don't know if it was in his style of leadership. I don't know if it was in the way he talked to the teams. I just don't know. But it's something we got to say. So Tanner said it's been hard on all of us. What we need to remember is athletes seem like Superman, and they are human as well. That's a good point. Jose says, I thought the main reason why Vancouver did pretty well in the bubble was they were a very young team without families. The ones who had wives and kids at home seemed to struggle more. And that might be a good point.
Absolutely.
You know, that might be a good point. All had to make sacrifices. It shouldn't be more different on the upper echelon athletes. They're human too. I agree. Right. But see, now.
You see, but I'm going to argue with you just a little bit here, Guy. Yeah. He has young kids. He wanted a contract that would make sure that he would stay where he was for them to go to school. And I think that no movement clause was that important to him, that he would move one time so that they could go to the schools, but he wanted to stay. Right. And I think you're not giving that decision as much weight as it probably had on him.
Right.
And you know,
because he's got a lot of kids. And I've heard from other guys that, you know, living out of their car and, you know, their family, now they got to move to Vegas. It might always be like the greatest place that, you know, the family might not want to move, and he doesn't know anything about our schools, and you know.
No, I do get that, because he's got 4 kids. He's got the triplets, and then, you know, he had a fourth one a year later, a little bit more than 2 years later, I think. So he does have the 4 kids, and I do see that. And see, here's my issue with the bubble. Right? I spent 6 months away from my family at a time, multiple times. Yeah, it does weigh on you, but you know you have a job to do. Yeah. So, you know, where I get that they're not, I mean, these guys had a job to do. And it's no different than being in the military. You have a job to do. You go out there and you do it.
Military. They signed up to be stars, you know, professional.
Not to be away from their family for 3 months to finish out a hockey season and a playoff.
Well, I mean, you know, you do what you got to do. When you have a job, you have a job. How many people out there? I mean, they go on the road trips all the time. They're gone a week, 2 weeks at a time, or whatever.
Yes, but not 3 months. Not in a bubble where they can't see them at all.
And they were saying like they weren't even allowed in each other's rooms, and it was like a lot of rules, and just you know, 3 months.
It's possible, and I'm not gonna, you know, I get what you're saying. I just have, you know, different life experience. Yeah. You know, for me, the life experience is a little different, and I see it slightly differently.
It'd be like living on a submarine or something, I guess, if you
say again.
Do that. If you could live on a submarine, you know, it'd probably be same as the bubble, really.
Oh no! When you're on, not even just a submarine, when you're on a ship, right? It's the same. Yeah. I spent. I think the longest I spent at sea without hitting port was 87 days. Right? That's seeing the same people doing the same thing over and over again. Yeah. There's no difference. I mean, you're doing the same thing over and over again.
Yes, but you were allowed to hang out with them after the job was done. Am I correct?
Well, I live with them.
Yeah, so they couldn't go into the other rooms. They couldn't spend time other than being on the bench and on the ice.
Well, actually, that during the bubble they could. During the shortened season they couldn't. During the bubble, everybody that was in the bubble tested negative, and was allowed to. They had food carts. They had.
I didn't think they could go in each other's room and they couldn't eat together and stuff. And I thought that was part of the.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, in the bubble, they were allowed to go in each other's rooms. They were allowed. They had team areas. I think that in the bubble they were allowed closer contact in the bubble than they were in the season, right? Last season is where all that contact was cut off, right? Because that's when you remember Ovi got in trouble. The Russian guys got in trouble for being in each other's room, right?
Yeah, but a professional athlete, that's way up there. You know what I mean? They're used to not attention, but they're used to like living like that, and then go from that to being like house arrest. You know what I'm saying? With guys that are used to attention, and I'm not saying that they. Like,
I'm with you 100%.
Some of them crave it. Some of them crave it. I
100%.
absolutely know that. Right.
And not to mention, you've got your wife and your family at home, and they're miserable, and I think someone have a baby and when they were in the bubble?
Yep.
Barbashev did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had Barbashev did. He had a baby. He left for a little bit and then came back.
But he still had to quarantine before coming back. So it was such a pain in the butt for him.
Yeah, and it was so stressful for the moms and the wives at home with the kids because we don't know what's going on. It was that weird, like, just always was stressful, and the moms were, doing it on their own. And it was just, I'm sure it was just hard for everybody. It really was.
So, are we ready for some hockey tonight? We've got about 10 minutes or so before puck drop. Hockey Fights Cancer Night. Blues taking on the Knights. The last time the Blues took on the Knights, I think the Blues won 4-1.
3-1.
3-1. We had Kim Cat on then, and we're lucky to have her back here. She didn't come on the post game because her power went out. The Blues shot the puck so hard it knocked the power out at Kim Cat's house.
Right. Well, the last 2 to 3 minutes or something.
Yeah. So, what do you expect tonight, Kim Cat?
Huh?
What do you expect tonight?
Oh, I think it's going to be entertaining for sure. I'm not sure if we're going to win because we got, a lot of baby Knights playing, a lot of injuries and stuff still. But I think when we play the Blues, it's always entertaining. I like it a lot. And Perron, I love to watch him, and he loves to score against the Knights. He loves it, it makes it for a good game, like entertaining if nothing else, right?
Yeah, Perron needs to.
He needs to open the floodgates of scoring again because he hasn't scored in 6 or 7 games.
Yeah, it's been a little bit.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's absolutely been a little bit of a time before he found the back of the net. And not just that, I think with Perron, it's been time. He's only got a couple of points. At one point he was a point per player game, and now he's not even close to that.
Yeah, he's only two points behind being a point a player game.
Okay, 2 points behind. I thought he was a little bit further back.
He got 2 assists the other night, so he's getting back to it. It's just he's not finding the back of the net. He's starting to make plays again. I think he'll come out of this rut real soon, and I'm hoping it's tonight. Sorry, Kim Cat, but I need him to do something.
I mean, this is the third time we've faced a team with a better record than us. The Knights are 11-7-0 for 22 points. The Blues are 9-6-2 for 20 points. At home, the Blues are 4-3-1. The Knights are 4-3-0 on the road. So something's got to give there,
Yeah.
We will have Bennington in net. I think you're going to have Leitner in net.
Yeah.
Leitner can be on or it can be off, and that just.
He's been on though. He's been really good. And your guy, what do you guys think about your goalie, Bennington?
I am more positive about Bennington than that guy is. He's currently on a mute button for at least another. I think it ends tomorrow, or not tonight, but the next game.
Detroit.
Yeah, it ends at Detroit. And then he can say whatever nasty little things he has in his head about Bennington, but we fought to make sure that he would give him a fair shake this season.
Okay.
And he's been good at times, been bad at times.
That's any player in any professional sport.
Yeah.
Yes, right. I agree. Unfortunately, I mean, goalie is like pitcher, right? If the pitcher gives up 4 runs, and and his team doesn't score any, everyone blames the pitcher, right? And he could have pitched great. He could have given up, just 4 home runs. He had 4 bad pitches in the night, but his team didn't hit. Football with the quarterback. The quarterback could throw 1 interception and that cost the game. But no one else would catch it. Or there's. there's individuals those three sports have some individuality into them that is fair or unfair, but that's the way it's gone. Quarterbacks get the wins and losses. Pitchers get the wins and losses. Goalies get the wins and losses. It's so sometimes
in soccer they always blame the goalie, you know.
Yeah, well, in soccer, I mean, a little different there. I mean, to me in soccer, if the goalie doesn't stop it, that's on him. I mean, I know the net's really big, but the way that I mean, you got 11 guys, you got 22 guys in a really small space. That puck should never get it, or that ball should never be in the back of the net unless it's a penalty kick. But that's neither here nor there.
Who's your other puppy?
Yep, having a good time there.
Bitsy, come here. She's over there eating a bone.
Yeah.
I had a French bulldog puppy. You know, I do rescue for puppies born with cleft palates. Mm-hmm. And so I went and I picked up 2 French puppies, French bulldog puppies. Oh my God.
Well, you got what, 6 dogs right now?
Yeah, but I sent them to the rescue this week. But I have a picture on my Twitter of she's on the airplane. You know, she's like this big, like a little hamster. And the pilots were both like loved her. The one held them the whole time. They're sending me pictures with them. Those Frenchies are cute. I bet they're so cute when they start like hopping around with their little bat ears. And
right. Kevin T says 2 shorthanded goals isn't all on Bennington. You know, I get that. I get it. But at what point is it? And that's the question that I keep asking, and no one ever has an answer for it. You know, at what point
do you hold the defense responsible for their lapses? At what point do you hold Berube responsible for putting a rookie out in his 3rd game on the power play to allow that team to have that opportunity?
And you know,
I mean, it goes all the way around is my point. You're focused on Bennington and what he's doing wrong instead of seeing the whole big picture of the team sport.
Absolutely.
I think it's got more of a personality problem than.
Yeah, you know, it's basically going to come down. It's coming down to an Allen situation is what's happening, but a reverse Allen situation. When Allen was in St. Louis, and right now Allen is struggling in Montreal. That is an absolute. He is struggling in Montreal. Uh-oh. No, she's wearing the wrong one. Wearing the wrong one, Angel.
That's what we should
look
do.
at her. God, she's beautiful.
We should do have one dog in the Knights and one dog in the Blues, and you know how they put the 2 bowls down, and whatever one they pick, that's who's going to win the game.
Yeah,
doing that, take it like
that would be cute.
Yeah.
Yep. That is. You can't hear the show. Why not? I don't know why you can't hear it. Tessa?
Because she's at the game.
Oh, she's at the game. Okay, that's why. Game. That's okay. Now I get it. Okay, now I get it. Let's go Blues. Yeah, so we're getting ready to start here very shortly. Okay, Kim Cat, what's your prediction?
Okay. Well, I think you guys will probably win by 1. I'll say you guys win 3-2.
Ashley?
I wish that I could be that optimistic, but Vegas is on a hot streak and we're on a downward slide. I'm going to say 3-2 Vegas.
Okay.
You know, I'm with you, Ashley. I don't see.
I just hope that the Stars embarrass them enough that they come back out and play correctly. I think that because every loss we've had was a 1-goal game before that they just hadn't been embarrassed enough. So hopefully they come out and focus hard.
Yeah. Come back and.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see that. I just this is when we have these emotional nights. The Blues seem to come out flat.
They do.
And 120-0 Vegas. Henry Ford, if that's ever the score, I will quit watching hockey forever. Right? At that point, you just pulled the goalie the whole time. You know, there was no goalie there. I don't want to ever see a score like that. I don't ever see a score of 10. Right? No. I think if you're seeing that score, and I've actually seen one 10-goal game.
Wow.
I think that right now the Blues really need to just play hockey. Win or lose, play your game and
Right.
see what happens. If
Right.
they, and I'm so afraid they're going to start playing Dallas's game. And if they play Dallas's game where they try and run up and down, you know, with their baby Knights and that speed, and they start letting that speed take control, that's it. I'm not as nice as Ashley. I'm going 4-2 Knights. I just think that, and actually I think Pietrangelo, I don't think Pietrangelo scored in St. Louis since he's left. I think he scores tonight.
Okay.
I think Petro gets one tonight. I also think that this is going to be, but at the same time, I think this to me is a watershed game for Berube, right? This is now you're playing. You went from being one of the best teams in the league to now you're in an also ran. You're almost an also ran. You're just on the edge of the playoffs. You're like number 3 in our division, or I think we're 3rd in the division, but you know, that could change really quickly. The points change really quickly, but you're losing some of that moxie that you had. If they come out and don't play with that moxie tonight, this could be, and especially with the 2 supposedly easy games coming up, this is going to be really important. This is a must, almost, I don't want to call it a must win, but it's a need win. And I just don't, every time that we've had these need win games, Berube's not been good in them, right? He hasn't made good change. He didn't change anything up from the 4-0 loss. Uh-oh, I'm getting yelled at. Sorry, Joan. You know, I don't want to be a negative Nancy, but I gotta be, I gotta come in and say what I think.
You gotta be a realist here.
I hope I'm wrong. Say again.
You gotta be a realist. That's why I'm allowing you to go on your little rampage, because I had mine.
Yeah,
but
you know,
I'm
we'll
slightly optimistic with it. Like, I hope that, you know, Kim Cat's right, but I think it's gonna go this way. But you're just mean.
Yeah, I dropped it.
Guy.
Oh, Bob and Michelle, are you saying it's going to be 4-0 Blues? Wow. I would like that. I hope that's what you're saying. And we haven't seen you in a while there, Bob. So welcome back, man. We appreciate you on the show. Game is just about to start, and I don't want anybody to miss the pregame ceremonies because those are usually pretty interesting. I know that they're going to have people ring the bell that finished cancer and some other things like that. So, you know, let them have that. The game is about to come on. Everybody, this is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, for one of our favorite guests, Kim and her ladies, the fat girls. And I'm saying that with the PH and not an F.
Yep.
Yeah, and make sure I don't get in trouble. For Ashley Slapshot Jones, I'm Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, saying aloha, mahalo. You know me and Ashley are bleeding blue with you. We're not sure what color Kim bleeds.
I'm not either. Probably, I don't know, black.
Teal or gray. There you go. So this is Guy saying aloha, mahalo. I don't think did he make any changes after the 4-1 loss? I'm not sure.
Only Mikkola coming in for
coming in because Bortuzzo's hurt. Mm-hmm. So he made no changes from the Dallas. So I meant the 4-1 loss. Okay, guys, enjoy the game. We'll see you at the first intermission. Aloha. And by the way, Kim, you rock.
Thank you, guys. See you soon.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.